Cave lionesses on the hunt and their wounded prey. It's a world from more than 30,000 years ago with rhinoceros, bison, wild horses, captured on the walls of the Chauvet Cave. Access to the cave in the south of France is restricted to researchers. But now the paintings have been faithfully reproduced in an artificial cave that will be accessible to all.
It's incredible how realistic it all looks, like in a real cave.
You can dive into the past and understand a bit about how people lived back then.
It's even humid, like in a real cave.
The artificial cave cost 55 million euros to construct. It's all meant to be as accurate as possible, even the smell. Right from the start, the planning had the active participation of experts familiar with the real cave, such as archaeologist Valérie Molès.
It's the largest reproduction ever. And everything you can see here, the paintings, the bones, have all been copied exactly. So in a way, we're here in the original cave.
The name is different, however. It's called the Cavern of Pont d'Arc, named after a bridge in the region. It's just 2 kilometers from the original Chauvet Cave in the southeastern Ardèche departement. The cave was discovered in 1994 by a group of 3 hikers and named after the leader of the group, Jean-Marie Chauvet. The entrance had been blocked off for some 20,000 years by fallen rocks. That helped preserve the more than 450 paintings of animals inside, considered some of the oldest works of art in the world. The find was a sensation for scientists. To protect the precious paintings, the cave was immediately closed to the public.
Today we know that having lots of visitors alters the climate in the cave. It promotes the growth of calcites and mold, and they destroy the paintings.
So the challenge was to allow people to experience this treasure of human history. In 2010, German director Werner Herzog became the first filmmaker to be given permission to film in the cave, but under strict guidelines, a small team for a brief time.
And I will take one light as well. So it's 3:05. We have 1 hour.
Herzog shot his documentary in 3D to make the spectacular cave paintings more vivid. It was a first attempt to make the Chauvet Cave accessible to non-scientists. The second attempt was the new replica of the cave. Digital measurements were made of the original and transferred layer by layer to a round structure. At 3,000 square meters, the replica is less than half the size of the Chauvet Cave, but it contains all the important paintings. The present-day artists used the same techniques as their prehistoric predecessors: flintstone, charcoal, and engravings. For Michel Clément, who oversaw construction, it was the biggest challenge of his life.
We basically had our doubts the whole time. Like when we put the first sculptures in the hall, and they seemed so lost in this big building. Only when the cavern replica took shape did we start to feel that we would manage it, that it would work.
They did manage it. A few visitors have been able to have a first look, including a couple who run an inn not far from the site.
I think it will be a good alternative for tourists. The Ardèche is mostly known for canoeing, and now there's finally a cultural highlight that's very significant.
The Cavern of Pont d'Arc will open on Friday. For just 13 euros per person, everyone can now journey back to the Stone Age.